These are farmers. These are people that use this equipment all the time, and the most important thing is that it still works, that it works well, that it's practical.
So how are candidates chosen?
Since we just did the first, we did 9 episodes now. We're finishing the 9th one.
Wonderful.
Right now, today. There's a group in the office in California, and my daughter is part of the group that finds people. But they just look for them on the internet, or they call. I think they called horse owners to find America. It's one of our people. Her name is America.
Oh, so there is a female in the group.
Yes, there is a female in the group.
Oh, great, thank you.
Find out, yeah, no kidding. To find out if there's a person with a specific need, with a specific piece of equipment that's not working. So it was hard then, but now that the show has been on, if the show gets picked up, and I think it will, if it gets picked up, then that'll be easier because people are already coming to us. But people will find us now, so that process will be, it'll be easier.
That's good. So is this your first reality TV project?
Yeah, we used to. In the Children's Miracle Network, I did all interviews and things, and you would do human interest stories. You know, people like to think that they invented reality TV, but reality TV is really an expanded human interest story on the news, or what 60 Minutes has been doing for 40 years. Not really a new concept.
Well,
so with Children's Miracle Network, I've been doing reality TV for, wow, almost 30 years. It's our 29th year now.
So I was going to ask you, because you started that in 1982 along with Marie Osmond, and you formed this wonderful Children's Miracle Network. And I know it has helped thousands of children over the years. So I assume now that what you just said, you are still involved with it.
Oh yeah, we just did our celebration. We gather all of our corporate sponsors and all of we have Miracle Kids, one from each state and province, because we're in Canada as well. And we have a big celebration at Disney World, and we play golf, and we ride rides, and we have a big banquet that one of our sponsors is Delta. Delta puts on the Miracle Banquet every year. So it's not so much, that event is not a telethon, that's a thank you to all the people that work so hard all year. And we've raised over $5 billion now.
That's a lot.
Yeah, very excited. Our big goal is $1 billion a year. And we raised, last year it was about, I think it was right at 300 million. So we do really well.
So you're still doing the telethon?
Well, individual markets do their telethon, and we help them. We provide interstitial, informative television, kind of reality television for them, and they...
to know where the money's going.
Yeah, well, they kind of fold it into their local program.
That's great.
So that's how that works, and that's why it's a international event, actually, but it has the appearance of being a local effort because all the money stays locally. So it's a trick to doing that, doing a big thing in a small way. We did 3 movies for Canaan Filmworks based on Christie, the book Christie, Catherine Marshall. Peter Marshall, her father, her pastor, had written A Man Called Peter, I think. It wasn't about himself, but then she went on to write Christie and Julie, another wonderful book that she wrote. We made those 3 movies, and then that was it for it.
Maybe that was all that was needed for that time.
Maybe so.
Yeah, there's a
Maybe
reason.
so.
So several of your songs have hit #1 on the country charts in the 1980s, and after you left Dukes of Hazzard. So do you plan to squeeze in some singing on the show?
On this show?
Yes.
I have the theme song, but there are no words. A buddy of mine and I wrote the theme song to it, and the words, there's so much going on that they took the words out. But
Are you
hoping,
saying,
pardon?
I'm sorry, are you saying that the theme song for this
So
show...
Trick My What is
It's yours?
a song called Piston Power, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you co-wrote that?
Yeah, well, he wrote it and I sang it, but see, I won't get any credit because all I did was sing it. We're not using the words.
Well, maybe
But,
in the future shows, I'm sure that you'll have people who want to hear you sing.
Yeah, maybe so.
Do you
I always have my guitar close by.
You've had a long and interesting acting and singing career, both careers. But I also know that you're still pretty busy with Trick My and still have time for other acting or singing gigs. Is that true?
Yes.
Because I hear now you're scouting locations for a new film that you scripted, and you're flying back and forth from Toronto because you're shooting a film.
Just finished a film in Toronto, a comedy with Pauly Shore, very much like My Cousin Vinny. The New Jersey guys come to the South, and I'm the boisterous sheriff who wants them out of my town. So it's fun.
So do you get to use some of your great driving skills?
I do.
This time?
Thank you for that. I do. I got to drive the police car and slide it around quite a bit. It was a lot of fun. I start Glee on Wednesday.
So you'll be singing?
Not yet. I don't think so. But he'll get me in there because I've known Ryan. Ryan, the producer of Glee, believe it or not, it's the same guy that produced Nip Tuck.
Oh,
Created
that's
Glee
your other
and
show
created Nip Tuck.
that you were in.
Figure that out.
Quite different.
So Ryan Murphy. So that should be fun. I think eventually, because I'm a Broadway guy, so I'm sure eventually I'll be the dad who sings. And I am doing the movie. Hopefully, we're still trying to get all the bugs worked out. But I have Virginia Madsen and Jimmy Smits and Meatloaf and Lyle Lovett and Kelly Pickler and Ed Asner and who knows who else at this point. But those people are all committed to Backwater, which is a film that hopefully will be shot in January in Louisiana.
So that's the one you scripted?
That's the one I wrote, yeah.
Is this your first script to be filmed?
No, the other one was done, but I financed that one. I'm not financing any more movies. So this is somebody else has actually optioned this one.
I also heard that you hang around with the crew when you get into town, and you're
Yes,
like
I
one
do.
of the guys. And so, what's your favorite Texas food?
My favorite Texas food? I'd have to say my favorite Texas food is Mexican food.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, Tex-Mex, spicy.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I like. Where do I go around? There's a couple restaurants around here. Big on breakfast burritos. Love breakfast burritos. There's a little stand on
station.
wheels right up the street. I mean, not 100 yards from here. It has great breakfast burritos.
Out in Richmond, just down
Yeah,
the
I mean, really, it's right behind this motorhome. It's over there.
Oh,
And
did you say home? This is your home?
this is my motorhome. Yes, I lived in this when I did Smallville.
Okay,
So
but
I've had this a long time.
oh, so this
Yeah.
really is your home?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is mine. I like to be comfortable. I like to be surrounded by my coffee pot. My guitar. I like to know where, my broken hinges. I like to know what works and what doesn't work. So it's good. I enjoy it here. I'm honest. When I met you the first time, I'm brutally honest.
You are. You're
As
being
long
kind.
as you're not living any sort of a lie. Why I ever was open to Christianity at all was because I lived with Johnny Cash. And Johnny Cash would never pretend, if anybody pretends to be something they're not for my benefit, they're still lying. What I saw in Johnny Cash was a totally, blatantly, bluntly honest guy trying to hold it together with his love of Christ and his fear of his wife. Fear of June. And it was a great thing to see. Because I had been approached for years by Christians who you can tell when you can just tell. It's like a dog can tell. You can tell when somebody is just full of crap.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't think I'm full of crap.
No, I don't. That honesty, who you are, who you really are, believe in God, doing your best with your own walk. My other thing is my walk is hard enough. Trying to, without me trying to get in your face about your walk.
No,
I really have the right or the time?
Yes,
all I have is the rest of my
the
life. All I have is the rest of my life, and I don't know how long that is. Nobody does but him.
Episode 3, Alfred Froberg
Alfred
broke
Froberg.
down and cried because he was just so thrilled about
Well,
what you
yeah,
did
and we
to help
gave him we replicated the front of his tractor that he had wrecked when he was a kid, and had been dented ever since. And NASA rebuilt out of wood, built a front end for it, and he got some pictures, and one was Alfred as a little kid when the tractor was new, and then another one was Alfred as a little kid when the tractor was new, sitting there with his dad on the tractor. And that's when Alfred cried. It was great. It was wonderful. He was very appreciative. Everybody's been really appreciative. the one we just did is trying to keep one of the things that Willard has is an issue with his hip. So sometimes he can't get in and out of the tractor. These folks make lifts for people who are disabled so that they can still farm. And the gentleman, I wasn't here when he came and installed it, but the gentleman who installed it, who runs the company, owns the company, doesn't have the use of his legs. So it's an amazing company. It's a wonderful thing.
So
They even made I saw them on television, they made a lift, because a lot of hunters around here. So they made a lift that got this gentleman up into his deer stand. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, practical application.
And you really get to share a part of these people's lives with the rest of America. And it fits in very well with CMT's format. So, John, you seem to be having a blast, and I appreciate the fact that Texans are benefiting from Verona choosing our state to kickstart your show. So I appreciate, too, that you're on every Thursday night on CMT, 10 p.m., 9 Central. Is that correct?
Right, yes.
Anything else you want to...
Watch it. I hear that there are teachers who are showing Trick My What to their students.
To
And
learn,
that's a great compliment.
to learn how people are
learn-
living their lives.
Yeah, just to learn to appreciate a paved road,
I have
to
a question.
appreciate a brick wall. Hollywood, LA, we need the horsepower, we work a 12-hour day. Motors and engines, that's how we earn our pay. 'Cause we're working in the USA. Spark plugs, glow plugs, manifold exhaustion, Bangor, Maine, to come carry Kansas City, Boston, every second, every minute, every mile per hour. That's what we're giving 'cause we're living on piston power. That's it.